sir.
Adam. Is that right?
That's right.
Awesome. My name is Binyam. Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you.
Happy Tuesday.
Yes, it is.
I have to keep reflecting on where am I again?
Oh, I know.
uh,
Happens to me all the time.
I think it's just a sign of the times we're in right now, eh?
It is. Completely lose track of days.
It almost makes weekends somewhat like you lose the, you know, once upon a time weekends were like, oh, I can't wait for it. And now it's like, eh.
I know, they've kind of lost their luster.
Exactly, yeah. I'm not sure if I've ever been to this corner here before.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird one. Some people like fly around it. You did the right thing. But a lot of people just like take it full.
Oh, I see, I see.
Wheels coming off the ground.
So over here is where the lookout is over the city, is that right?
Yeah.
That
right.
direction? Okay.
Basically, I bought my house up here so I can
Have
walk to work
access.
yeah.
And walk to work too, you say? I love this canopy look here. Isn't this amazing?
Yeah, old streets like this.
Especially in summers like this is just grand.
Oh, it's beautiful.
So it looks like you are on an errand of pleasure this afternoon with some chums.
Yes, we haven't seen my coworkers in 4 months. So
Oh, okay.
we're finally having a barbecue.
Nice. So there's no shop talk, just pure catching up and hanging out.
Pretty much, yeah.
Or at least that's the agenda.
That's the agenda, exactly. So, should be a good time. It's on a Tuesday because that's, I guess, the only day that worked out for everybody.
I see, I see. What do you do for work, Adam?
I'm a mechanical engineer.
Mechanical engineering.
On the oil patch. Yeah.
I just met a girl earlier today, and she is studying to become a mechanical engineer.
Oh, awesome.
And so I just told her, my brain already hurts just trying to think about how to understand that. How would you summarize your career, like as a mechanical engineer, for someone who has?
Good question. Yeah. Lately, I'm basically just a specialist in like pumping acid into oil wells.
Oh, okay.
Absolute layman's terms. Yeah.
Okay.
To increase production.
Okay.
Which is the simplest way to put it.
Okay. So pumping acid into the oil well increases production.
Yeah.
In some way.
Yeah. It usually, yeah. How do I explain? It basically dissolves junk.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay.
Yeah.
And refines the product.
No, just same oil, but it dissolves. A bunch of crap falls out of the oil.
Gotcha.
When you have a pressure change.
Yeah.
Which happens at the well when you're pumping it up.
Yeah.
And that usually kind of called scale.
Okay.
It's like a hard mineral substance.
Okay.
You need acid to dissolve.
Okay.
Then there's a bunch of other stuff that goes into it, I guess.
Gotcha.
That's basically
gotcha.
it. Yeah.
That's
really.
helpful. That's helpful.
Yeah. Nothing too complicated, I guess. So.
I used to work on the rigs once upon a time.
No kidding.
Okay. Yeah. I know, it's kind of hard to believe, right? It's like, how did you survive there? No, yeah. It took a while. It was, I'd probably say it was one of the most challenging jobs I've ever had, and challenging for an interesting reason. And I'd say that's because most of my job context, when you start off with a job, you're usually given the benefit of the doubt. You have a slower sort of ramping up to where you need to be, right?
Yeah. Rigs, they just throw you into it.
It's just the opposite, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Rigs, it's the exact opposite.
I think that's everything with oil and gas.
Yeah.
When I started, I was like 20, basically 21, 22.
Yeah.
22.
Yeah.
And I was managing guys, and I had no clue what I was doing.
Yeah.
Just like, figure it out as you go.
Sure enough.
Yeah.
And that's a tough thing, especially when they're looking to you for like knowing.
Oh yeah. I'm young looking to begin with, so.
You are young looking, and I was going to ask you, so this is an interesting one because most in our generation don't sport the mustache.
I know.
So I was gonna ask if that was a personal choice or if you lost a bet, or
It's
bringing
actually
it
my
back.
roommate and I are just doing them for like COVID.
Okay.
Yeah, it's nothing more crazy than that.
Gotcha. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So it's a partnership thing here. And is it to see who buckles first and gets rid of it? Or?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
So we've had them for a few months now.
And both of you are entrenched.
Yeah, oh yeah. It'll be forever at this rate. So I'm just used
That's
to it.
awesome. I was gonna say, at some point, my brother does his intentionally, and he's younger than I am because I'm the oldest.
Yeah.
And it's often maybe reflect on how styles change or get set, you know, especially the ones that seem inaccessible anymore. And that's why I'm like, this is noteworthy. I'd love to find out why.
We're also doing the no haircut mustaches. So
Oh, okay, okay.
we're seeing
Who can go as long as
exactly, yeah.
and still look presentable?
Presentable. That's a good way to put it. Yeah. We're trying our hardest.
Now, are you allowed to do the trimming of your mustache or no?
Yeah.
You
we
are. Okay.
I trim. He doesn't. So.
Okay. See, I remember when I was tree planting, and a few summers I did let my beard, my mustache go.
Yeah.
And I think at some point I just got frustrated because, especially with the mustache, it would curl over your top lip
Exactly.
and then sort of infringe in the like internal part of your mouth. And I was like,
Can't eat.
yeah, exactly. You're still trying to like have mouthfuls without it touching the
Yeah.
side corners.
Without getting hairs.
Exactly, exactly. I had some friends way up in the north in BC, and the dad, he had a really big, bushy, like mustache. It was just like huge, you know, like just you wouldn't see the mouth at all.
Yeah.
His lips are just disappearing.
That's awesome. I don't know. I can't quite get there.
You can't quite go there.
No.
Okay.
I could grow it probably, but
Yeah.
it's just like, I can't imagine
Sure enough.
the inconvenience.
Well, the funny story is, at one point he shaved it one year. He shaved it, and his wife was repulsed by the feeling afterwards because she'd only ever known him with the mustache, right?
Used to the mustache.
And she was like, "No, it's got to come back." And so that was just the funniest.
That's
thing
really
that-
funny.
I
Normally
know.
it's the opposite.
I know. Most would be like, "Yeah, I'm glad it's off." But she's like, "No, this is unfamiliar for her, right?" So
Yeah.
I found that interesting.
That is interesting.
And then I hear about like how in fashion various colors are in some years, or various, you know, just themes along the way, right?
Yeah.
And even that intrigues me again too, to say, who are these powerful individuals that kind of set the trajectory for the world, literally, that
Yeah.
this year this color's in, this style, this fashion, and
I wonder what it's like. Is it just one person who is a trendsetter, or is it like a boardroom of people deciding what the trend's going to be?
I'm intrigued. I have no idea. But it's just fascinating, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it sets the whole trajectory for everyone else to follow, if you will. And it's almost as if everyone has to be on the same schedule to be able to have some sort of conformity or uniformity. And
Catch up, yeah.
yeah. Mind you, I think for most of us guys, you're like, well, whatever.
Don't think too much about it, right?
Exactly, yeah. And even with my followers, they're like, hey, which tie, like, how do you match your bow tie with your shirts, for example? I'm like, I just go for contrast, but it's not that I put a lot of thought into it, right? And then it's funny when they start coming up with these comments like, you look brilliant and you're like amazing in how you choreograph it, and I'm trying to tell them I don't choreograph it, I just do go with it, right? So maybe at some element, maybe I'm just a natural.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to just kind of pick out, I guess, if you're good.
Yeah.
It's there's no formula for it. Just know what looks good.
And then when they ask questions like, what's your skincare regimen, or like, how do you do that? And I'm like, I don't.
Yeah.
How do you have like such a wonderful beard? I just trim it. That's about it. You know, like, I'm very like, how can I say? I like convenience. I like, you know, just the bare essentials kind of thing. That's why I have my hair short, for example.
Yeah.
One less thing to do in the morning.
Totally.
Love it.
I've gotten to the point where it's so long it just does its own thing. But I'm not really presentable until I shower.
I see.
That's the one issue. So
Sure.
it's hats until I shower.
Okay.
Since I don't have to go into the office right now, it's not a big deal. If I ever had to go back, I'd probably be shaving. That would be
That's when you do like fold.
Yeah, it would be too much at that point.
Where do you see things going, or have you heard, as far as going back to work? Is it going to be an office dynamic again, or is it going to be like straddling this work from home / office?
I hope it's the latter. I'm gonna push for the latter.
Yeah.
We're technically back in the office. I just no one's going in, kind of thing.
Okay.
Like, unless you need to be in there for some reason.
Yeah.
I think that might be the new normal for a long time.
Yeah.
I know personally, I'd much rather work from home and then go in when I need to.
So that's been a really nice shift for you.
Yeah.
Awesome. I know for some it's been a challenging one in that, well, either they have kids at home so they can't quite be able to focus. Others just that's their home base, so they kind of get distracted.
Yeah. That's the big one, is the kids from home, I think.
Yeah.
Just because I live with a buddy, so I mean it's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Set up our office at the kitchen table or whatever.
Nice. Yeah, that's awesome.
We're good. Yeah, it's fun.
Has Calgary always been home for you?
Yeah, I've lived other places, but I moved back here after school.
And where was school for you?
Edmonton, so not too far away.
Ah, not too far away indeed.
Yeah. How about you?
I would say BC's like home base.
Okay.
Kamloops, to be specific.
Right on.
I came out here for my grad studies about 12 years ago. And then the last 7 years I was in Saskatchewan.
Wow.
Yep. Up in the northern part, so.
Yeah, whereabouts?
Prince Albert?
Prince Albert, okay.
Yeah. Before I moved out there, I kept on mixing Prince Albert with St. Albert, just around Edmonton area. There was just like, which one?
Yeah, that's easy enough to do.